Final unit of Romans and Galatians. Congratulations, we are rounding third base, and I know that you have a lot of work to do in the next week, but I trust that the Lord is going to enable you to do it and to finish strong. Again, I'm fully available to you in the next few days as you finish the coursework. As you have questions or concerns, feel free to email me. We can also set up a video chat or a phone call so that I can serve you in whatever way that I can. You'll notice on the Moodle system that there are 3 key assignments that are due this week. The first is standard reflection paper, so by now, of course, you know the drill and you know what I'm looking for there. The second is a homily. Let me talk through this for just a moment. A homily is either a video or an audio recording in which you take the research you've done on your passage for your paper, either Romans or Galatians, and you present it in verbal form. So no, this doesn't mean you're just reading your paper out loud. That would be pointless. But instead, you're distilling the information that you've studied for an oral presentation. So think in terms of a sermon or a Sunday school class or a small venue of people that you're leading through a Bible study on your particular passage. I don't want you to overthink it. There's really no way you can blow it. As long as you do the assignment and incorporate your research into it, I'm going to be very happy with that. So, again, please don't overkill that particular assignment. The most important assignment is, of course, the research paper. And for those of you who turned in rough drafts to me, I told you exactly what you needed to do to get the highest grade. For those who didn't, you're a little bit more on your own. Let me give you a few tips. Number one, I am grading for grammar on the final research paper. I don't do that in any other assignments, but this is a college level term paper. If you struggle a bit with confidence in your grammar, syntax, paragraph structure, make sure to employ a proofreader who is good in those areas. I did that back in college. There's no shame in that. That's how we learn, and that's how you get a good grade as well. Make sure to write in according to the standards that are in the research paper guidelines. So the font should be Times New Roman, the size of the font should be 12, and the paper should be double spaced. No extra spaces between paragraphs or anything like that. You should cite your sources using standard MLA format. That means the last name and the page number of the work that you are citing, wherever it is. Anything that is in quotes, that is quoted, obviously must be in quotes. And lastly, please refrain from quoting big blocks of the Bible in your paper. You just don't need to do that. I have a Bible. I can look up the passage, and it's not a good way to fill the space. Pay attention to the length requirement, and make sure you hit the length requirement in the body of your paper. So that's not including the title page or bibliography or anything like that. And if you have further questions, please be sure to let me know. Finally, our discussion this week is always a fun one. We're going to be looking at the list of people who Paul includes in Romans chapter 16, and it's very clear that he shows us some women who were prominent in leadership in the early Christian movement. So you'll be reading a really nice article about that, and we'll be engaging together. Looking forward to a great week. Finally, if I don't get to talk to you again, next term I'm teaching not only this course, but 1st and 2nd Corinthians. And if you're not signed up for courses, or if you have any extra room when we start, goodness, a week from now, would love to have any of you in my 1st and 2nd Corinthians course. It's a course I wrote, and I actually wrote my dissertation and published a book on 1 Corinthians, so I'm really passionate about it. Would love to share that passion with you. If I don't get to talk to you, thanks for letting me be a part of your lives the last 7 weeks, and let's have a great 8th week. God bless.